tell me true. All the back and I can't escape from you. So tell me true. Next to you, next to you. Tell me true. It's all a bag and I can't escape from you. So tell me true. Next to you, next to you. Tell me true. It's all a bag and I can't escape from you. So tell me true. Next to you, next to you.
Welcome, guys, to the Meet Damien channel. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're going to be covering the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve and who exactly we want to be paying attention to in the U.S. Congress, the U.S. Senate. Senator Cynthia Lummis here. She is in charge of a crypto subcommittee that is going to be looking into the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. That is her picture up on the screen right there. That's Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming. She's a senator in the United States Congress. And we're going to look at an interview that she recently did on Bitcoin Magazine's channel. Let me pull that up. Okay. I'm not going to show you the whole interview here. You guys can look it up on Bitcoin Magazine's YouTube channel. You get the whole interview, but she did touch upon the strategic Bitcoin reserve and what might be needed next. And I wanted to cover that before we talk about Bitcoin and before we get into the other cryptos that are out there. Just want to make sure I got a good sound check here. Let me make sure that my mic is on here. Want to make sure everything's good. All right, everything's good. All right, let's go ahead and actually listen to what Senator Lummis had to say here, okay? Let me go ahead and get that started here. All right.
Now, here's what I understand from my colleagues in the Senate. So I'm busy communicating with you, Alan, and other people in the Bitcoin space that are really excited about a strategic Bitcoin reserve. I am also really excited about a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So it took some of my colleagues here in the Senate coming to me and saying, we still don't understand this asset. We're not ready to help you pass a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We need more education from you, meaning me. So that was a good wake-up call for me. So here's what we're doing. We're starting with a stablecoin bill because that was kicked around a lot during the last Congress. We're going to move quickly on that. It'll probably be a standalone bill. We'll try to get the 60 votes in the Senate that's necessary to bring a bill to a vote. That means it has to be bipartisan. We think we can do that. We couldn't have done that last year, but now we think we're there. So we're moving that first. We need to score a win to get some momentum in the digital asset space. That's how we see we can do it first. Then we're moving to market structure, which is determining statutorily what is a commodity and what is a security, and making sure that the regulatory framework is clear and well understood. Right now, as you know, for assets that are securities, the Securities Exchange Commission has slapped them with enforcement actions rather than clear guidance on how to comply with the law. It's cost them tens of millions of dollars in legal fees and gotten them nowhere. So we need to make it clear for everyone, whether it's Bitcoiners over on the Commodity Futures Trading Commission side or non-Bitcoiners whose asset falls into the securities space, to make it clear on how they can meet their requirements of their regulator. There's a great woman who is a commissioner at the SEC, Hester Peirce. Some of you probably know of Hester. She's knowledgeable and favorable towards digital assets, so she will be fair, whereas before we could not get fairness. Not at the Fed, not at the FDIC, not at the White House, not at the Office of Comptroller of the Currency. It didn't matter where we turned. They were all pushing against all digital assets. And Ellen, they've lumped them all in the same space. That's always been another problem. You know, there's Bitcoin and there's everything else. And they were all getting painted with the same brush. So it was very hard to get any recognition of not only the differences between commodities and securities, but the importance of this asset class being embedded in the United States. In the meantime, then, Alan, the European Union, who has a more embedded regulatory structure, has been courting digital asset businesses to come and home base in the European Union. So it's really helpful, turning again back to Bitcoin 2024, when President Trump said, I want this industry in the United States. I want Bitcoin mined in the United States. I want the U.S. to be what he called the crypto capital of the world. So we have sort of a mission that the president has laid out for all of us. And now we have to figure out how best to accomplish that mission.
I appreciate all the back.
All right, guys. So that's an interview with Senator Cynthia Lummis. You can find the rest of that interview. It's a 24-minute long interview, but it's on the Bitcoin Magazine channel. You can look that up on their YouTube channel here. But going back to what Senator Cynthia Lummis was saying, as far as like when we're gonna get a Bitcoin reserve, there's a few things that they want to do. First thing they want to do is they want to get the stablecoin bill pass first as like their first win in crypto, and they want to get a little bit of momentum from that stablecoin bill to then move on to figuring out what they're going to do with market structure and what is a security and what is not a security in crypto before they try to get moving on to the Bitcoin reserve. So it seems like the Bitcoin strategic reserve is going to be something that they are going to try to tackle later on this year. But the good bit of news, and I didn't get a chance to show the whole interview here, she does say that that there are state governments all around the country that are looking into strategic Bitcoin reserves for various states. And she said that usually that the states are the leading indicator as to what the U.S. government can accomplish themselves. The federal government can accomplish after the states try to tackle on the issue. But they're still working on the issue. It's just that we have to have a little bit of a realistic expectation as to like when this Bitcoin strategic reserve is going to come into play here. And it just seems as though a lot of people were expecting that to happen with an executive order by Donald Trump as soon as he stepped into the White House on January 20th during his inauguration. But that is not the case. That's something that they could possibly do as like a last resort option, but they're trying to do things the right way, in the legal way, so it has some staying power behind it. Because I believe the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, they want this to at least last for at least a minimum of 20 years. Uh, and I read that in another article here. But yeah, they want to at least have some staying power. So they're trying to do it the right way, in the legal way, before they try to strong arm anybody by using an executive order. But they could use this executive order. I think she does elaborate in this interview that you guys can watch on your own time. Check out Bitcoin Magazine's channel one more time here. That's with Alan Helm. Okay, check out their channel. I'm subscribed to their channel. Um, but uh, they could always do that strategic reserve through an executive order and try to get the Bitcoin that they already have on from the Silk Road, the illegal Bitcoin that they seized, and just turn that into a strategic reserve. So that might be something like a last resort option here. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to cover that topic there real quick here before we get on to talking about Bitcoin. I just figured give you guys a little bit of a treat here uh, to try to figure out, what might come next for Bitcoin here. And it just seems as though that we're just gonna have to wait for later on this year to see what happens. Okay. But right now, currently, the price of Bitcoin, as you can see, is trading at $96,000. Pretty much doing nothing once more, trading sideways here. And it's been range bound, but now it's really frustrating because it's literally in the middle of this range, okay, and it's not going up or down, leading some of us in the technical analysis community to believe that Bitcoin is going to make a very big move, going up or down. We just don't know which way it's going to go. There could be some good bit of news coming up later on this week, which would let us know that we can be more bullish on Bitcoin, or something bad might happen. Might not be related to crypto, but it might be a macro economy factor, which might send all assets down, including Bitcoin. Okay, but Bitcoin been trading sideways for a good amount of time here since like the middle of November. We've had our ups and downs. We've been range bound. We've been going down as low as like $89,000 and going as high as $109,000. But for the most part, somewhere between $92,000 and $106,000 is where most of the action has been at on Bitcoin. And it's frustrating a lot of people, and it's been very devastating to the altcoin market as people start to lose their faith in altcoins to help them make some money in the crypto markets here. Yeah. Well, we're looking at the Bitcoin. Let's see what it did for today here. Bitcoin currently trading at $96,000. That's today's candle, Tuesday's candle, which started about an hour and a half ago. Okay. We have this day here on Monday. This candle only went down $338, but we came down as low as $95,200 here on Bitcoin. It came up as high as $97,000. Now the morning started off pretty well, and then we decided to take a dump for some reason. The stock market wasn't trading, so there wasn't really anything going on in stock market world that could cause Bitcoin to dump like that. It's just traders and investors, became a little bit less enthusiastic as we went into the afternoon here. Now I'm going into the 1 hour chart here to see if I can see where that dump came. So yeah, here we are. That's Friday. Okay, so here we are. Um, here on Monday, right? We had a nice little pump here going into the morning, sort of, where we got it up to $97,000, and then we got rejected around like 10 o'clock in the morning. We got rejected, and we kind of bottom out here towards the early afternoon at like $95,000. Then we climbed back up to about $96,000, and looks like we're just making a lower high here on the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin, which is a little bit concerning because if Bitcoin is making lower highs, that means it's not capable of going to higher prices here, at least not on the 1 hour time frame. Now, if I zoom back out to the daily chart here, um, and I turn on the moving averages here, you can see that the 100-day moving average, this blue line, we thought that was going to provide us some support here last week going into this past weekend, and Bitcoin actually decided to do a red candle here that closed below the 100-day moving average. That happened on yesterday, on Sunday. Okay, and now we have another closing candle, and this is where I start to become a little bit concerned about the price of Bitcoin because we're not getting support off of this 100-day moving average. It's starting to make me feel a little bit more bearish about Bitcoin. It's starting to make me feel as though that we could start to see $92,000 Bitcoin come back into play. Now, the good thing about the low $90,000 area is that we normally do not get any closes below $92,000. Every time we go below $92,000 on Bitcoin, we come right back up to $92,000 to at least finish the day at $92,000. We have seen Bitcoin come down to like $89,000 on January 13th here, but we didn't stay there for too long. Matter of fact, that day, the day that we went to $89,000, we came right back up and we closed the day at $94,000. Then we had another kind of like scare here on February 3rd here, where we got as low as like $91,000. But as soon as as soon as buyers saw that, they bought it up, and we closed out the day at $101,000. So if you see Bitcoin, below $92,000, it's probably not going to stay there for too long. You probably want to scoop that relatively cheap Bitcoin at those prices because by the end of the day, and when we say end of the day, we're talking about like 7 p.m. East Coast time here, you're probably not going to see that 91, 90, below $92,000 price because everything gets bought up before the end of the day. Okay. However, we are trending downwards, and it's looking like if we keep trending downwards, we might actually see Bitcoin go down to like $92,000 and stay below $92,000. That's what's concerning here. All of these were like kind of like market crashes or corrections where the correction got bought up, But if we keep trending downward here and we're making lower highs and lower lows here consistently, then the $92,000 area might not be able to provide any support for Bitcoin, and we might have to go to lower prices. And if we go to lower prices, how low could Bitcoin possibly go? Well, we have the 200-day moving average here. This could possibly be a line of support where traders might try to defend that. And that 200-day moving average is currently sitting at $80,000. Okay. If I do a Fibonacci analysis, and I'll do that real quick here for you guys, the Fib analysis here. If I measure from the high of $109,300 down to the impulse move here back in November, where we jumped up from 67 grand all the way to 109 grand on Bitcoin, it shows that the Fibonacci analysis is saying that $83,000 might be a deep retracement level. The 0.382 level at $83,300 could possibly be where Bitcoin goes next if we cannot stay above $90,000. The other deep retracement level is also at like $77,000. We have a 0.236 level here saying that Bitcoin could come down to $77,000. So, just pick your target here. It's either going to be $77,000 or it could be $80,000, which is where the 200-day moving average is at, or it could be somewhere like $83,000. I mean, it seems like splitting between the two of them, the middle ground is $80,000, which is where that 200-day moving average is. So I'm expecting Bitcoin, if we're not going to be bullish, and for some reason we come down below $90,000, then I think $80,000 seems to be the sweet spot where Bitcoin might actually get some support. People might get excited to actually buy Bitcoin there. I see that Lisa's in the chat. Hi there, Lisa. Good to see that you made it onto the live stream. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're liking my analysis here so far. But going back into Bitcoin, I was starting to get a little bit optimistic and excited for Bitcoin because I saw that the MACD was trending upwards here, and the price was looking like it was bottoming out at the $95,000 area. So I was thinking like, okay, maybe this 100-day moving average is going to provide us some support here, and we might get a bounce off, but we're not getting that bounce off. Maybe we might need to wait for Wall Street to come in tomorrow. Today's a banking holiday here in America for President's Day, so Wall Street wasn't able to buy up Bitcoin like they normally do. Maybe that's what gives us the catalyst going into tomorrow to get above the 100-day moving average. The 100-day moving average is that blue line and this blue number right here. That's currently sitting at 97,600. If Bitcoin can get above 97,600, then I'll be more optimistic about Bitcoin. But this MACD was giving me some hope and some optimism here, but now we're just getting more red candles here, and we're not getting any green candles as of yet. So we'll see what Bitcoin decides to do tomorrow. But I would just be a little bit cautious here, guys. If you can't withstand any more pain from owning Bitcoin, you could put your stop loss right here below most of the price action this past week at about $94,000 Bitcoin here. At $94,000 Bitcoin, and we might see Bitcoin go lower than that. But the problem is that when it has gone below $94,000, it gets bought up, and we end up bouncing right back to $94,000. So your stop loss, you may get stopped out, only be buying back in again at $95,000 all over again. However, if you really want to protect yourself and not have to worry about getting stopped out, only be buy back in again, I would conservatively probably put the stop loss right here, like $90,000. Okay. It seems like when Bitcoin goes below $90,000, it's either going to be bouncing off or it's probably going to dive down to lower prices there. So I think a lot of people have their stop losses at $90,000. You wouldn't be the only one, but $90,000, you're risking. Let's see, if you're gonna do a $90,000 stop loss here, you're risking about roughly 5%. Okay. You might lose 5% of your money if you were to buy here, hoping that Bitcoin goes up, but if it goes down, you're only losing about 5% of your money. Okay. If you want to be more conservative, you can put it at like $94,000, and then you're only risking about 2%. Okay, on that stop loss. But if Bitcoin is gonna be bullish here, then we have the 1.618 level saying that Bitcoin should go to $122,000 as its next all-time high target. Okay, but we're just trading sideways and just frustrating the hell out of a lot of traders and investors out there, including myself. I'm waiting to see Bitcoin actually on this RSI here. I want to see Bitcoin actually create a higher high in the RSI. The RSIs have been lower highs, lower high, that lower high, and if this ends up being a lower high, look out below. We're gonna go down, okay, on the price of Bitcoin here. All right. But yeah, I mean, we just want to see Bitcoin get an RSI of like 65 or 70. If we can get an RSI of 65, 70, we might start seeing Bitcoin back at $100,000 or higher. Okay, right now the RSI is currently at 43.43. 43.43. Yeah, roughly. Okay. So that's my analysis on Bitcoin. Let's see what other cryptos are doing out there. If you guys have any cryptos you want me to take a look at, by all means, go ahead and make your requests, and we'll take a look at your cryptos on the charts here. As of today, Just looking at some of these cryptos, most of them are in the red. Bitcoin and Solana seem to be the only two that are in the green out of the ones that I've been following on my watch list here. It looks like, yeah, AIT is also green as well, but not too much green out there. Besides storage, we'll take a look at storage coin. This is a storage file coin cryptocurrency that allows people to store data using other people's computers in an encrypted fashion, and you do it with this storage coin here. Storage coin is up 7.93%. It actually had a pretty good day today, but then it got pushed down with the rest of the market for some reason. You know, here on Monday, we saw storage coin jump up to like 49 cents, okay? And then it closed the day out at 37 cents. It started at 35 cents. Yeah, I don't know why storage coin wasn't able to get able to close up above the highs, but it looks like it got rejected off the 100-day moving average here, sitting at like 49 cents. Yeah. And the 200-day moving average, that red line, was also providing a little bit of a resistance as well. So it got rejected, but it's showing some life again. So you might want to add storage coin to your potential cryptos to watch list here, because it's starting to get some bids here. Looks like it just created a bottom here at the 30-cent level, and we'll see if it can go to higher prices here. I can see traders and investors were probably looking at this head and shoulders, thinking that it would go down, and it did go down. But it looks like we bottomed out here at like 30 cents for storage coin. Let me go ahead and turn some music on, make this live stream a little bit more lively here. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, we got the music playing. All right. So storage coin at 41 cents. Let's see. Let's do a Fibonacci analysis to see what the levels might be next for it, and I'm gonna look at the VRVP as well on storage coin. Let me get rid of the moving averages first, clean it up a little bit. Okay. So measuring from the top that I made here in December, was topping out like 73 cents. Down to the low here at like 30 cents. All right, and we have some, let me just drag this over here a little bit. Hopefully you guys are able to see those numbers better. Looks like storage coin had a deep retracement. 38 cents is the deep retracement at 0.236. So that could be a level where traders and investors will probably try to trade around that and defend before they go to higher prices here. The next target would be anywhere between 45 cents and 50 cents, which it actually went as high as like 50 cents before it got rejected. But I'm expecting 50 cents to come back into play again, because I see some price support opening and closing candles at that area. So I'm expecting 50 cents to be the next target for storage before it tries to go to higher prices. I'm going to go ahead and now turn on the VRVP here. See what we have for Wow, okay, VRVP is very interesting here. This is the VRVP, the green and red candles here. It seems like the next high volume node was at like 46 cents here, which is where storage is a little bit below that. Okay, so 46 cents, 45 cents, that's probably like the next target. Then the point of control, which is this blue line, is just going right across here at like 60 cents. So 60 cents could be like the next price target for storage as it goes to higher prices here. And then we would like to see it get above the 73-cent level that it made back in December. Okay. Could storage go lower? What is the bearish case for storage? Yeah, it could go lower. If it could go as low as what it was down here in August of 2023, when we saw storage as low as like 23 cents here. Also, I think I see another like kind of candle. Wow, big green candle here on August 5th, where we saw storage get as low as 25 cents. So I would say the bottom is in for storage, but if it does go lower, it looks like 25 cents or 23 cents would be like the next stop if it does go lower. All right. we're gonna take a look at Solana. I don't think we talked about Solana in the last night's live stream here, so we'll talk about it in this night's live stream here. All right, Solana currently trading at $177.91 here. Solana was in this descending channel all throughout the middle of January down to basically till the middle of February here. And it looked like Solana was trying to get out of that descending channel, but then more bearish price action came into play. And yeah, looks like it's going to try to get back into that descending channel again one more time here. I'm not liking the price action in Solana. Solana is below the point of control. Point of control is at $236 on Solana. We have high volume nodes here that Solana lost, you know, at like $215 and also $194 here were some high volume nodes. The next high volume node, if it's going to keep on going lower, is at $167, which is the low that it made back on January 13th, about $169 Solana. Okay, could be coming up if Solana keeps this downward trend. And I just know, like, because I'm a Solana investor and I pay attention to the news on Solana, Solana is getting a token unlock on March 1st, where there's going to be about like 23 million Solanas becoming available after the FTX bankruptcy. So a lot of tokens were bought up by FTX cryptocurrency exchange, and those tokens become available to FTX around March 1st. And if they want to use that to settle their debts with their debt collectors, they can start selling their Solana on March 1st. And I think that's what's going on right now. Looks like it's already being priced in, because, you know, we've seen Solana get as high as $295 on January 19th here, but ever since then it's been making lower highs and lower lows. And I think traders and investors who already knew about that news have just been selling off their Solana, knowing that that is coming for March 1st here. But March 1st might be a pivot point, because after that, I mean, we'll see how low Solana goes after that. But that could be the capitulation moment for Solana before Solana starts going back to higher prices again. And I would expect, you know, if Solana does go below 170 bucks here, I would expect it to come right back to like 190, 200 bucks in the future, sometime later on in 2025, before we try to go up to the point of control at 235 bucks. And then we'll see if Solana can then climb its way back up to the all-time high of 295 here. But we got a little bit of bearish news coming up, and we'll see what happens in March for Solana. But the other conflicting thing about Solana that is actually good news for Solana is that Solana might be getting an ETF in March, or getting approval from the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. So that might be causing a little bit of conflict as to, like, do we sell Solana or do we buy Solana? Because we could sell it because FTX is going to probably sell their Solana tokens. But then, you know, we might be getting a Solana ETF later on this year with the decision made in March as to when that's going to happen. And do you buy Solana now before the ETF comes out? I don't know. But if you think that might be a good decision, then you could buy some Solana right now at $177 right now. And I think Solana below 200 bucks is still worth getting into. But moving on to other cryptos here. We'll take a look at Sui now, which is supposed to be a Solana killer. Okay. Sui, S-U-I, currently trading at $3.20 here. We got the VRVP up, and it's showing that right now $3.20, and it seems to be where a lot of volume is at for Sui. Sui could come up to like 378 as the last high volume node before we have a gap in the VRVP here. And then we have more volume here at 420, of course. Traders and investors like to buy at $4.20. And then, of course, we got some more volume here at $4.80. before I would see, you know, Sui try to come up and retest the all-time high of $5.35 here. But we also got some Fibonacci analysis here showing that, you know, Sui, you know, is currently at the retracement level of $3. I'm sorry, $3.22, which happens to be where the 0.382 level's at. I would expect Sui probably to come right back to the 0.618 at $4.06. Seems to be a good level, and also 420 for you 420 lovers out there. Okay, but if Sui is bearish, okay, I mean this Fibonacci analysis saying that $2.70 could be where Sui tries to go next. We have a candle wick here that got as low as about $2.39 on Monday, February 3rd here. But there's a big gap in the VRVP, and that VRVP is saying that the next high volume node is at like $2.29. Okay, and then you got some more volume here at like $2. Okay, so we'll pay attention to what Sui decides to do over the next few days here. I would like to see Sui. Let me just get rid of the VRVP here. I would like to see Sui try to climb out of this descending channel that has been in. It's the same thing like with Solana. Solana tried getting out of the channel, but then Solana came right back into the channel. I want to see Sui try to be more bullish and actually vigorously get out of this channel here with a nice solid green candle or a few green candles here that gets us back up to like $3.70 here. That would be a nice number for Sui to be at, I feel. But, you know, screw my feelings. This thing's going to do whatever it wants to do, okay? We're just looking at the technical analysis here. Quada! Yep. Oh, yeah, welcome for the updates. Don't forget to hit that like button, so that way other people can see this live stream and they can see what I talked about with Bitcoin and Senator Cynthia Lummis. We got to get the word out there that they're working on things right now with the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. It's just going to probably take some time. It's probably going to happen later on this year. You know, I feel as though when the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve actually comes out, that's probably going to be a selling news event. That's probably when you're going to sell Bitcoin. But as long as we have that carrot just hanging out there, I feel like a lot of investors are just going to try to play on that, and they're going to keep bidding up the price of Bitcoin until we actually get a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. They're going to try to buy before the United States government is allowed to do it themselves. Yeah, thank you, Quada. I think I've seen you on Porky Founder's live streams as well. I appreciate you coming out, checking out my stream here. I'll probably look at his live stream later on tonight when he goes live. It's always good to stay in tune and get another person's opinion about crypto here. And I just think it's good to get other people's opinions, because some people might be a little bit too bullish and some people a little bit too bearish. Anytime I feel like I'm too bearish, I'll listen to other people. Maybe they might be able to change my mind and I can become bullish again, or vice versa. It's just good to get other people's opinions out there about crypto. And it's just so much to pay attention to. You can't just get it from one person. You got to get it from like multiple people and multiple news sources out there. But I'm glad to provide you with the news that I can and the updates that I possibly can find out there. Yeah, Aquata, let me know what crypto you want me to take a look at next. Is there any one of your favorite cryptos that you want me to do an analysis on here? I'll give you some time. I know there's like a 10-second delay, but I'll give you some time to tell me what crypto you want me to look at. In the meantime, I might look at Bitcoin Cash, because I haven't looked at that one in a while. And I have done some previous chart work here on Bitcoin Cash. And Bitcoin Cash was in a descending triangle before it broke out of that descending triangle. And those descending triangles, they usually break down. But, you know, I was hoping that it coming in from a bull run, that this was going to be negated and we would go up to higher prices. But that didn't happen with Bitcoin Cash. Let's see. Aquata, you're currently in an EGLD. Is that a like a crypto based on gold? I'll take a look at that after Bitcoin Cash. But yeah, EGLD, yeah, we'll look at that after Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash currently trading at $323, which just so happens to be where it was trading at back in like September of last year. Okay, anybody that bought Bitcoin Cash in September, October of 2024, you basically did a round trip. You came right back to where you started from. So Bitcoin Cash might have some stability at this level, because anybody that bought Bitcoin Cash is just back to break even again. If it does decide to go low prices, we do have some prices here at like $230. Could be where Bitcoin Cash goes next if we're going to continue being bearish. You know, I tried coming up with a bullish case on Bitcoin Cash with this descending triangle that it was in. Well, it looks like I could redraw this now. And I'll just get rid of it altogether. That is no longer in play anymore. Yeah, we just basically did a round trip on Bitcoin Cash. Let's see if there's any moving average support here for Bitcoin Cash. Nope. Bitcoin Cash is below the 200-day moving average, this red line here. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash is in a bear market. If you're below the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, you gotta call a spade a spade. You're basically in a bear market until Bitcoin Cash can get above $396, where the 200-day moving average is at. You cannot be bullish on this target, on this crypto here, until it gets above that red line. All right, on the 200-day moving average, you can't be bullish. The high risk bet is if you are a betting man and you want to take the bet, you know, you could bet that it will get back to 200-day moving average at some point here. And you put your stop loss right at like $304. Okay, so you're only risking about maybe like 5% here, right? How much are you risking here? Take it down to $300. You're risking about like 5 or 6% to see if you can make 24%. And I feel like a lot of these altcoins, you can do that. Like, you can risk only like 5% to see if you can make 24 or 25%. This is not the only crypto that you could probably do that with. But I would not be bullish on Bitcoin Cash until it gets above, was it 396? Okay. E-Gold, cryptocurrency that is used on the multiverse blockchain platform, used for transactions, smart contracts, and network rewards. Yeah, we'll take a look at E-Gold. Since you made the request, you mentioned it. I'm a little bit curious myself to see what it's all about here. Yeah, let's see. Oh man, E-Gold kind of looks just like Bitcoin Cash's chart here. You had the Trump pump and then the Trump dump after the beginning of December here. Okay, and you basically did a round trip. You're back to where you were before Trump got elected. Yeah. And you can't be bullish on this crypto anymore because you're below the 200-day moving average, just like with Bitcoin Cash. That red line is at $30.60 here. You're waiting to get back to $30 in order for you to be bullish on this crypto again. But, you know, just like with Bitcoin Cash, you could be a betting man here. And if you want to bet that we're going to get a reversal, okay, you could put your stop loss just below these last candles here. You're going to be risking about roughly 10% actually, okay? So you're risking a little bit more than you would with Bitcoin Cash. But if you can get up to the 200-day moving average here, you're going to get more of a reward. You're going to get like maybe 37% on your investment if you just get right back to where that 200-day moving average is. On E-Gold here. Let's see. E-Gold. I see a little bit of there was some bullish divergence that kind of caused this bottom to be coming in here. You never know what's going to happen between now and tomorrow and the next few days here. But if I was to start initiating a position into E-Gold, I would buy a little bit here. Okay, nothing too crazy, maybe like 25% of what I plan on buying. I would wait to see if this thing comes right back down to like $20 here, which it did on Friday, last Friday. Was last Friday? No, 2 Fridays ago. Friday, February 7th here, where this thing got as low as like $20.65. So I would see if I can scoop some more up at like the $20, $21 range here. And to just see if it can just do a double bottom. Because if you get like the double bottom, you're gonna get confirmation that traders and investors, they see value at the $20 area, and you know you can just put your stop loss right below that at like 19 bucks, and you might not ever get stopped out at as this thing possibly bounces up and does the double bottom formation. Now, if this is a double bottom formation, I have to draw this out now so you guys can like game plan this out. But if this crypto comes down back to $20 here and then does a double bottom and goes up to higher prices, right? Kind of like that. How high could this cryptocurrency possibly go? You would have to measure from where the double bottom is, all right? So the double bottom is at like $20.60 here. You measure between the potential double bottom here at $20.60 to the high in between the two bottoms at like $23, $24 here. And then you just take that measure move and you put it to the top of the high in between the two bottoms, and you could get a price target here about $27. This cryptocurrency could possibly go up to like $27 if it does the double bottom. Okay, so be on the lookout for the double bottom pattern here. You can look it up on your own time. Look up Wikipedia or Investopedia, you know, what a double bottom is and how that plays out, and you'll see, you know, that applying it to this asset here, you could get, you know, this crypto could go up to like 27 bucks if the double bottom plays out. Okay, but yeah, that's what you're looking for, you know, and you might get the double bottom or you might not get the double bottom. You might never go below where you are right now, and this could just end up becoming something else. Like it could end up becoming like a parallel channel here, right? You know, if we respect this low and we never go lower than that, right? You get something that looks something like this, where you just ping pong up and down in this channel as you're going on to higher prices, and you might get the same result where you're going up to like 27 bucks on e-gold here. Okay, but as this thing starts climbing up, be on the lookout for this white line here. This 21 EMA is coming down very hard and fast. The 21 EMA is currently sitting at $23.83. That could be a little bit of resistance, so I'm expecting resistance at the $23, $24 level as this thing tries to climb back up to higher prices here. Okay, all right, let's take a look at some little cryptos here. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Haven't talked about Chainlink in a long time here. Chainlink is currently trading at $19.04. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Aquata. I'm glad you're loving the analysis. Appreciate you coming on here. If you got another one, let me know. I'll take a look at another one for you. Right now, Chainlink. I mean, you could do the double bottom analysis probably with Chainlink as well. Okay. If this is the bottom that Chainlink is making, you got one bottom here and the second bottom here. Okay, you just measure that one more time, right? Like we did with the last asset here. You measure from the bottoms here to the top in between the two bottoms. Okay, you just take that measure move, put it on top of the top, and it says that Chainlink could possibly get a $35 price target, which would be higher than what it did back in December. So that's a very worthy, lofty price target goal there, but could be possible if we are going to be bullish on crypto and we see higher prices with Bitcoin. You'll see higher prices with Chainlink. But with Chainlink, just looking at the Fibonacci analysis that I did, you know, back in November here, do these numbers still play out here? $19, yeah. 0.236 says that $18.94 was the level, the deep retracement level, and that's where we pretty much came down to. So traders and investors are eyeballing that number, and they're defending the $19 level for the most part here. Let's see, if I turn on the VRVP, what is VRVP saying? The volume range visual profile. Okay, VRVP. We got a high volume node here, like $18.80. So that makes sense why we're kind of hovering at this level here. If we get bullish again, then I'm expecting chain link to come right back to $24. That's about a what, 20% move from where it is right now. Okay. And I feel like a lot of these cryptos, they're all like ready and geared to make at the very least a 20% move up in price, and you can just game plan this out where you put your stop loss at like 5% or 10% below where you're buying it at right now, and you got yourself like a 20% gainer for only like a 5% stop loss. Chain link is looking good on the daily chart with the MACD. MACD is showing some more buying pressure here, less selling pressure. You got a couple of green candles here. Chain link might be worth paying attention to here in the next few days. If we get a bounce back, this was going to probably be one of the first cryptocurrencies to start bouncing up to higher prices here, I'm assuming. But if we do come down and we're bearish, you know, look out below. That's why I keep a stop loss tight on this one, probably at like $17, or you be even more conservative at like $18 here. But if this thing breaks below the $18 level, you don't have much volume until you come out to like $14.45, and then you got the point of control at like $11.40. So could be pretty brutal if this thing decides to come back down to those prices. All right, moving on. Take a look at Uniswap here. Uniswap currently trading at $9.89 here. Uniswap is looks like it's right at the point of control, the POC. This blue line here at $9.18. It's a little bit above it. Okay, a little bit above that point of control, but it was at that point of control in the beginning of February here for the most part. So it looks like traders and investors have defended that level, and we'll see. You know, we'll see if we can get to higher prices here on Uniswap. Looking at the VRVP, the next high volume level node that I'm looking at is $13.20. So that's a roughly a 30% gain you can see on Uniswap if we can start being bullish again. If we're going to be bearish, we have to lose the point of control. The point of control should defend us at $9.28, but if we're not able to defend that for whatever reason, then we do have some volume here at $7.90, and then we got even more volume here at $6.90. So those could be your bearish price targets if you want to do a short sale on Uniswap. Let me pull up the moving averages, see what the moving average is showing. Interesting. So I'm looking at this. Uniswap is a little bit more stronger than those last two cryptocurrencies that we looked at. Let me get rid of the VRVP. You can see that the red 200-day moving average currently sitting at $9.77. So Uniswap is right above that 200-day moving average. It's trying to get above it. This might be one of the first cryptocurrencies to start moving on the higher prices as well. Because once it gets above that red line, then it needs to get above the white one, which is also pretty close at $9.90. And this thing could just shoot up, you know, like gonna get a nice 5 or 10% green candle here. And then you got the resistance probably at like $12, where that 50-day moving average is at. Yeah, you're right, Aquata. Uniswap has had some pretty bullish price action because Ethereum is also getting some bullish price action as well because the gas prices coming down after they did that major overhaul and upgrade on Ethereum. So kudos to the Ethereum investors and Uniswap investors. Uniswap is is on the Ethereum ecosystem, and if Ethereum is doing well, that usually means that Uniswap will be doing well as well. So yeah, that could be more good news for a Uniswap because of those gas fees coming down. All right, let's take a look at Dogecoin. Haven't looked at Dogecoin in a while either. This is the meme coin, Dogecoin, the most famous, longest lasting meme coin out there. Currently trading at 25 cents, a little bit shy of 26 cents here. Dogecoin is also above the 200-day moving average, so it's one of the stronger meme coins that are out there because it's actually above the 200-day moving average. If Dogecoin comes below that 200-day moving average, that's when I would start to say, yeah, it's a bear market for Dogecoin if we're below the red line here. And bear market doesn't have to be forever. When I say bear market, it could be like a bear market for like 5 or 10 days, and then it goes right above the 200-day moving average, and then no more bear market, right? But anytime you're below that red line, the 200-day moving average, I consider that a bear market. You know, another criteria for a bear market would be any asset that's below 20% from its all-time high. And I would say, yeah, Dogecoin is definitely below the 20% from its all-time high. That would be, or the most recent high, if you don't want to say all-time high. Yeah, Dogecoin is below the high that it made here on January 18th, when it got as high as 43 cents. You know, that is more than 20% drop from where it is right now. So, you know, but I wouldn't really call it a bear market yet until it gets below that 200-day moving average. Currently sitting at 23 cents. It's close, but not there. Okay. But you know, being so close to 200-day moving average, you can like game plan this out with a strategic stop loss below the 200-day moving average, right? So you could put your stop loss, right? You put your stop loss just below 200-day moving average. We'll say, you know, about 22 cents. You could be very conservative, or you could be even more aggressive and put your stop loss at 20 cents. But 22 cents is about a 15% stop loss, and that seems to be reasonable for a meme coin, okay? Because meme coins can run pretty fast, and you can, you know, losing only 15% on a meme coin is like nothing, because people can lose definitely more than that. But if we can get right back to the highs that we made here in middle of January, when Donald Trump got inaugurated, then you're looking at a 67% gainer on Dogecoin. Okay, remember you're risking 15% to try and make 67. Well, we'll just call it 69%. Okay, 69% on Dogecoin. Okay. I think that might be worth taking your bet, because that's like a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. If I pull up the long position here, right? You just measure from here, okay? Coming up to like 60, yeah, about 69% gain. Your stop loss, put it at like 20. We'll put 22 cents. What is the risk reward? Risk reward. Oh, risk reward is actually 5. You get a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio. And if you want to be even more aggressive, you can put your stop loss down at like 20 cents, and now it's a risk reward ratio of 3.6, which is still good. Anything above 3 on the risk reward ratio is worth taking as a trader if you're going to be trading it. Risk reward ratio is good for those who don't know. Risk reward ratio is that you could take that bet, you know, 3 times, right? And you're most likely gonna win it, right? If you lose, you're only losing a little bit of what you would have made on the 3-to-1 ratio. Okay. And when I do trading, like when I'm day trading, I like to only risk about like $100 to try to make $300 for that day. Okay. And with a $10,000 trading account, you can make that trade and lose 100 times before you blow out your account. Okay, so when I do a risk reward ratio, I'm looking for 3-to-1 risk reward, and I'm trying to risk $100 to try to make $300 on my trading account. That's how we do it in the trading world here. All right, that's Dogecoin. Let's take a look at the ETH BTC chart, and then we'll look at Ethereum itself. Ethereum, the Bitcoin, is currently at 0.028, and it's been cratering in this downward, making lower highs and lower lows. Not able to, I mean, I have to probably go to the weekly chart, but like this thing is back to where it was in December of 2020. Yikes. Okay, we need Ethereum to start getting a bull run against Bitcoin here to let us know that altcoin season is about to begin, because when Ethereum actually did start shooting up here back in like 2021, beginning of 2021, you know, we saw ETH BTC get up to as high as like 0.08 in May of 2021. I believe that's when Ethereum was trading at like $4,400. But right now, ETH BTC is at 0.028, and we get all this downward pressure. These moving averages are just providing resistance. We would like to see ETH BTC get above these moving averages here at like maybe 0.03 ETH BTC, and get above that 100-day moving average at like 0.0339, and then eventually get above the 200-day moving average at 0.037. But for damn sure, this thing is in a bear market, at least you know, compared to its performance against Bitcoin. You want to see this thing get above that 200-day moving average. 0.0378. Mark that on your in your notebook here for Ethereum, that once ETH BTC gets above 0.037, you could safely say that we have an altcoin season, and Ethereum is going to be outperforming Bitcoin soon. Alright, but let's get into Ethereum since we're on the subject here. Ethereum is currently trading at $2,730 here. And I made a YouTube short. You guys can look at that if you want to, but I'll give you the full analysis here on Ethereum. Ethereum on the daily chart here is creating higher lows and higher highs, and it's in a ascending channel here, which is good. That's good news. We want to see Ethereum kind of like bounce back and forth in this channel, and maybe I can extend it out where it kind of looks like this as we go to higher prices if we're going to continue on in this channel here. And we want to see Ethereum get above, first it's going to have to get above this 21 EMA, which already gave it resistance here at like $2,819. We got a little bit above it, only to get rejected on Monday here. But going forward, we want to see us get above that line, and then the next line is that 200-day moving average at 29.32. Once Ethereum gets above 29.32, then we can go from being cautiously optimistic on Ethereum to actually start to be bullish on Ethereum. Once we get above the 200-day moving average and we stay above it. We got to stay above it. That's the key thing. We don't want to go above it just to come back down again and diddle-dally below it, okay? We want to get above it and stay above it, and then we got to recapture the other moving averages here, like the 50-day at $3,100 and the 100 at $3,300. Okay, but I am eyeballing Ethereum as a possible play for day trading here. Okay, because if Ethereum's gas fees are coming down, right, as we already know, then more people are going to be able to start using Ethereum to create meme coins, to do their decentralized finance, and it's not going to cost them an arm and a leg. And Ethereum's been around for a while. It's a household name in the crypto space, and I just feel like more money will start flowing into the ecosystem because of that. Thank God they got the gas fees fixed, but in the meantime, as traders and investors here, we can try to make some money off of that And if Ethereum can just get back to the $3,200, $3,300 level, if you can get back up to that 100-day moving average, right? Then you're looking at, oh man, I got the wrong line there. You're looking at a 21% gainer on Ethereum from where it is right now. Okay, and you can game plan your stop loss where you're not going to lose that much, right? Okay, you can game plan your stop loss where if you were to buy now, right, you put your stop loss right below this recent price action here at like $2,500. So you put your stop loss, yeah, about 25.12, or we'll just, yeah, $2,500. You're only risking about 8%. Okay, you're risking 8% to try and make 20%. Not necessarily a 3-to-1 ratio. It's more like a 2-to-1 or 2.5-to-1. But still, you can make money off of that. It's conservative. Ethereum is a high market cryptocurrency. You can't really expect too much reward out of the high market caps. But you can definitely keep your risk down by being in them. Okay. Let's see. Aquata said, yeah, that's where I'm at, but been trying to simply extract $30 to $100 a day and took last week off. Aquata, are you a day trader yourself as well? I try to keep my stop losses and my day trading where I'm only losing $100 on a bad day. Sometimes my stop losses might get skipped, and or I might do a lot of trading that day and it's just not a good day at all, and then I might lose $200 that day. But if I lose $200, then that's not a that's obviously a bad day for me. I try to make $200 or more when I day trade, or at least when I take out a trade, short-term trade like that. Let's see, 27, 29 on Ethereum. So yeah, the bullish case is that we got to get above 200-day moving average. Ethereum is below the 200-day moving average, so it is kind of like in bear market territory. If Ethereum does decide to come down low, the lower prices here, we could see Ethereum come down to like where it was back in October when it was trading at like $2,300, $2,400. And then maybe that might want to reinitiate another trade on that if you want to continue trading Ethereum. Alright, let's see. Look at some other cryptocurrencies here. Let's take a look at XLM, Stellar Lumens. Stellar Lumens currently trading at 33 cents here. And for some reason, Stellar Lumens looks like it wants to defend 30 cents, the psychological 30-cent level. Not quite sure. I'll probably have to turn the VRVP to see why that's the case, or do a fib analysis on that. But there's really no moving averages on the daily time frame here that would say 30 cents needs to be defended. Alright, so let me turn the VRVP. Looks like we got high volume node here at like 33 cents, and even a higher volume at 35 cents is where this thing's probably going to be attracted to. If we lose 30 cents on Stellar Lumens, we could drop right down to 23 cents, which happens to be where the 200-day moving average is at. So you could lose roughly about 33% if this thing decides to go lower than 30 cents here. But if we are bullish, then we should see some high volume here at like 43 cents, where Stellar Lumens traded at that level for the most part for the last 3 to 4 months here. So I'm expecting Stellar Lumens, if we are bullish, to get resistance at 43 cents before it tries to go to higher prices here. And it looks like the highest price that we've seen for Stellar Lumens was like 63 cents back in November 2024. Point of control is way below us, so that doesn't seem to provide much support for us, at least not right now. Yeah, for some reason 30 cents just, it seems to be like, I guess it's just a psychological number that traders and investors are like, nope, I want to buy some Stellar Lumens at 30 cents. I'll do a quick Fibonacci analysis to see if that is a fib level for any particular reason here. Let's see, measuring at 63 cents here, down to basically where the point of control is at. And oh, okay, that's why 30 cents is sticking for some reason. 30 cents is the 0.382 level on the Fibonacci level node here. Okay, and if it loses that, then yeah, 23 cents is going to be the next level if 30 cents isn't able to hold us up on Stellar Lumens. Very interesting how these fib levels, they get defended. They are a thing here in technical analysis world here. Oh, nope, don't want that. I want to get rid of this. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this here, this Fibonacci analysis here, because it seems like the levels are being respected here. If XLM loses 30 cents, it's coming down to 22 cents. If it decides to go up to higher prices, I expect it to get back to the 0.618 level at 43 cents. And it's as simple as that. Simple as that. Guys, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the Meet Damien channel here. We got some good technical analysis. Hopefully you guys appreciate my technical analysis to actually come back around and look at it again. We're always looking at the charts here on crypto. Sometimes I'll do stock market if you guys want me to look at any particular stocks that you want me to look at. But cryptocurrencies trade 24/7, 365. They're always trading even when the stock market's closed. So why not look at it while the stock market's closed? Today, there is no stock market, but today you can trade crypto all day, every day. So yeah, we got that going on. And also, I do some YouTube shorts here. If you don't have that much time to look at the live streams here, I know it can be a lot for some people. I do like 1 minute or 2 minute YouTube shorts that you can look at for whatever asset I think is worth talking about that day, especially if there's a big news event that came out for that particular crypto or that particular stock. All right, let's see. Let's look at Cardano. And then after this, I'll take a look at the coin market cap, see if any crypto did pretty well today, or if one did really bad. Cardano trading sideways. Let me turn on the VRVP, see if there's any high volume nodes here that we can try to game plan off of. So right now it's already at a high volume node at 79 cents. Looks like we lost the dollar level was a high volume node here, and the point of control is at $1.07. So we got a lot more volume above us than we do below us. But if Cardano decides to go down to lower prices here, you got a high volume here at 59 cents, which could provide some support. And then you got even more high volume here at like 36 cents. But if it goes down to 36 cents, you basically lose everything that you gained over the Trump pump. Okay? So Cardano is looking a little bit stronger than some of these other cryptos that already did like a round trip back to where they were before Donald Trump got elected. So Cardano, one of the stronger ones out there. Okay? ADA, Cardano. Let me do a fib analysis here to see if there's any other levels here for us to look out for. Emerging from the high of $1.32 down to 34 cents roughly. And there you got it. 0.382, 72 cents could possibly be some support for Cardano if it goes lower. And then 57 cents. I think we said 59, right? With the VRVP. So anywhere between like 57 and 59 cents should be another support level for Cardano here. Let me turn the VRVP, yeah. 59, 57, this volume here. I like seeing like when two indicators are saying the same thing, you got some confluence. And that gives you an idea like where you got some strong levels for support and resistance. In this case, this would be support. Cardano has a good amount of support at like 57, 59 cents. Okay. And it would be nice if you can go to higher prices. If it does go to higher prices, the 0.618 level is probably going to be the first level of resistance at 95 cents. And then we'll just see if we can get right back up to $1 and go higher from there. I'll turn on moving average, see what the moving average is saying as well. 64 cents on the 200-day moving average. So Cardano's above the 200-day moving average, and it's fighting resistance from the white line here. It's acting like resistance. That's the 21 EMA, and the 21 EMA currently sitting at like 79 cents, and that's where Cardano's at right now. Once we can stay above it, then we want to see if we can get up to that 50-day moving average at 91 cents. Yeah. All right, let's look at the CoinMarketCap.com. CoinMarketCap, it's trading coins, Ray, ETH, Bitcoin, and Solana. Alright. Let's see what coins actually did pretty good today in the last 24 hours. Sonic Preview up 13.7%. Barachain up 6.4%. Then you got Maker up 6.18%. So a lot of these coins, they didn't really have any double-digit gainers except for Sonic, at least in the top 100 coins here. I'm curious. I have no idea what Sonic is. Let me click on it. I love CoinMarket because I can learn more about cryptos that I don't know about. It says Sonic is the highest performing EVM, level 1, combining speed, incentives, and world-class infrastructure, powering the next generation of DeFi applications. The chain provides 10,000 transactions per second and sub-second finality. Sonic's fee monetization program rewards developers with up to 90% of the fees their apps generate, adapting the Web 2 ad revenue model to decentralized framework. Okay. Seems like they're just another competitor to Ethereum. Okay. We can learn more about Sonic, but right now the market cap for Sonic is at 1.7 billion, fully diluted is at 1.95. It's got a total supply of 3.17 billion Sonic coins, and it's like the number 54 cryptocurrency by market cap all throughout the world. Okay. Let's see what this crypto has been over the past year. It seems like it had higher prices about a year ago. Oh wait, not even a year ago. This is a brand spanking new cryptocurrency. Came out like in January. What? This cryptocurrency came out in January and it's already in the top 54 cryptocurrencies by market cap. That's interesting. Do I dare go onto the website and try to see what this crypto possibly like? This is a high-flying crypto here. This is the website for Sonic if you guys want to learn more about Sonic. Yeah. I don't know. I would have to learn more about it. I'm not sure why this crypto is more special than all the other hundreds of cryptocurrencies that are out there, but it looks like it has a lot of money being poured into it right now. What I don't like is that right off the gate, it's making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Maybe it's bottoming out here in the middle of February, but there's not really much I can do because hasn't been around. It's only been around for like 1 month here. I'd be very careful with this crypto. If you want to trade it, you can buy it for 60 cents here and put your stop loss like maybe like 35 cents, but that's too steep of a loss, to be honest. I'm maybe even put a stop loss right here like 50 cents actually. If it's not able to hold 50, it's probably gonna go lower than that. All right, I'll go back into coin market cap. See whether cryptos did well. Let's see what cryptos did well the past 7 days here. Pancake swap. Oh, we talked about that one yesterday, I believe. And then Sonic is still showing that it did pretty well this past 7 days. Mantra, FTX token. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys know about the news, but FTX creditors, a lot of people will be getting their money back tomorrow, so maybe that might be a catalyst for cryptocurrencies, with some of these old investors being able to use their money again to get back into crypto. Some of them might never want to go back into crypto again, and they'll just take the money and put it back in a bank or whatever, but I'm expecting that money, you know, people that were in FTX exchange to try and actually throw their hat in the ring here and try to buy up some of these cheap cryptos that have gone down over the last month here. Let's see who's not doing so well. BitGet token down 21%, and then you got Melania coin down 13.5% the past week. Radium down 12.5%, and Solana down 12%. Solana is really taking it on the chin. We talked about Solana earlier in this live stream here, but Solana might not actually get any relief until after March 1st because they have a token unlock on March 1st, where a lot of those FTX bought a lot of Solana back in the day, and they'll be allowed to start selling it on March 1st. So be on the lookout. Solana might continue going down till March 1st. I mean, it's already been going down. Yeah, be on the lookout for, watch out for Solana. Could be a buying opportunity in the beginning of March. If you want to get your hands on Solana, get your hands on some cheaper Solana. Ondo's down 10.3%. We haven't really talked about Ondo on the technical charts here. Maybe I'll do Ondo and I'll do Onyx coin. Yeah, let's get into Ondo and Onyx. Ondo coin currently at $1.21. And I like using these VRVP because it seems to not fail me at all here. Right now the point of control is at $1.32 on Ondo. And we have a little bit of volume here at like $1.24, which is a little bit above where we're at right now. If Ondo is not able to hold support at $1.20, then we got a big gap in the VRVP, and this thing could come right back down to like 99 cents or $1. Looks like $1 is where it got down to back on February 3rd. So this thing could lose roughly about 15-20% here. If we are going to go down to lower prices here. Let me turn on the moving averages, see if there's any moving average support. And no. Ondo is above the 200-day moving average, but that 200-day moving average is currently sitting at $1.03. So, yeah, I would say Ondo, if it can't hold $1.20, it's coming right down to $1. So be on the lookout for that. But going back into the VRVP here, these green and red candles here, you got some high volume. Point of control is at $1.33, so Ondo could bounce right back to that price if we're going to be bullish on Ondo. Then you don't really have that much volume here up until, jeez, not really that much volume at all. You would have to start looking at, yeah, the VRVP is not going to be helpful in this case here. But just give me some lines here. You could see Ondo coming probably to $1.70, where you got some price support opening and closing candles here. You got some support resistance in this area at $1.70. So I would expect that to be the next price target once it gets above $1.30. I think that covers the bullish and bearish case, right? Bearish case, it goes down to $1. Bullish case, it goes up to $1.30, possibly $1.70. Just to sum it up. All right, moving on to Onyx coin, XCN. Guys, if you have any other coins you want me to look at, go ahead and throw it out in the chat request here. XCN, Onyx coin, currently trading at 2 cents. And XCN, I mean, we have 50 days moving average trying to come up, possibly provide support here at like $0.015. Right now, it just looks like we're kind of sitting near the 0.382 level on the Fibonacci analysis at like roughly 2 cents here. Let me pull up the VRVP, see what the VRVP says. The VRVP saying the point of control is at $0.01. Okay. But we got some high volume here at like 2.5 cents. So maybe that might be the next target resistance level for Onyx coin if it does decide to be bullish again. Also a little bit more volume here at like roughly 0.023 cents. Okay, about 10% from where we are right now. But after that, looks like 3 cents could also be, yeah, roughly the 0.618 Fibonacci level at 3 cents could be where this thing decides to go up again. So we got 3 cents and then 2.5 cents as the next price targets for Onyx coin if it is going to be bullish. And you know, if it's going to be bearish, then you know we want to see it hold the psychological 2 cent level, because if it's not able to hold that level, there's really not much support till you get to like maybe the 50-day moving average, but that might get sliced through. And then you got some good support here at a penny, 0.012 pennies here, and then you got the 0.013 pennies. You got a fib level there. All right, let's see. I think I've been streaming for about an hour and a half here, right? It's been a big, good, solid stream here. I think I'm gonna close up shop, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on to the live stream. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like an analysis, please go ahead and hit that like button, so that way YouTube algorithm knows that this is a good TA channel here, good technical analysis, and it will show that video to some more people out there that want to learn more about cryptos and reading the charts here. Okay, but until next time, guys, just be on the lookout for my next live stream. If I don't go live tomorrow, I'll probably go live the following day, around like 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. East Coast time here. Okay, guys? All right. I appreciate you guys coming out to the Meet Damien channel. Let's go ahead and turn up that music, and we'll end it on that.